I mean, come on now. Are you serious? You listen to a Page of Cups, Page of Swords in the reverse, some gossip and slander, and you couldn't say, shut the fuck up? That's my person, and I believe in them, and we're going to be rich as hell, and we're going to be happy emotionally. No, I don't need to marry for money because we're about to make millions of dollars together. Like, yeah. So you let go. Okay. Somebody had to let go of you, or they had to stop being possessive, or you let go of something because you caught somebody trying to do something. Okay. So maybe like when you were dealing with this person, your finances weren't like nearly as stable as what indicates they are going to be now, but like the leadership qualities were all there. Like maybe you didn't get the job yet, or maybe you didn't get that raise yet, or there was promotion. Somebody was blocking your opportunities. Oh my god, that is so fucked up. So they set you up to fail. I don't know if it was your person. I feel like it might have been somebody in their camp. Yeah. And it's like you had these innovations. You had this. You're the one with the spark and the essence, the creativity, to the point where that's why all this competition was happening, because it's like they pulled the wool over your person's eyes to where they were confused or didn't see you correctly. But the whole reason they did that was because they were threatened by your power that they did see. They did see that. They didn't want that person to believe and see that, even though they probably did initially. And they wanted to compete with you for an opportunity, but it's like they don't have your essence. They don't have your innovation, your creativity, but it's like there's a King of Pentacles in the reverse that was very selfish, and they could have left something incomplete, like open-ended without closure, like left early on a trip, or they went, look, they left something incomplete because of selfish greed, took back any and all resources or help or charitable energy or even just gratitude and generosity, it looks like, which is like, ew, you're ugly. But anyway, sorry guys, don't mind me, I have no filter usually. But yeah, look, it's all in the reverse. Yeah, they didn't listen to the better judgment about this gossip. This person is a stalker, whoever this is, and it's like they have to let go of something. It's like this is somebody that has extremist beliefs, and this all had to do with some kind of an offer or planting new seeds or a job opportunity, an offer that somebody wanted to make you, or maybe what you do for your job, or maybe what skill you were learning, or maybe it had to do with a child, maybe it had to do with a business. Okay, so somebody was non-committal. Somebody made you an offer that was non-committal or had these extreme beliefs. Okay, so maybe somebody made you an offer but never actually planned on getting married to you, but made it seem that way. So somebody acted like they wanted this offer, or they were going to make this offer. Yeah, but you got into your Queen of Swords. You saw that something was up. Yeah, why didn't you get the opportunity then? Oh, I wonder, because of this? Because there was somebody competing with your spark, your essence, your ideas, your creativity, your innovation, which they can't replicate. They can try to mirror you and mock you and copycat you all they want, but it'll never operate the same, because you're the Empress. You're the one with the endless imagination, like the endless ideas. Like anything you nurture is gonna grow. But it's like they were competing for like somebody's attraction or somebody's desires. Somebody could, whatever you desire, your ideas. It's like, and so somebody could have been dealing with a lot of conflict over what you desire, or somebody desiring you, this spark, this chemistry. And so somebody stopped giving to you or showing you gratitude because they like stigmatized your amazingly beautiful Ace of Wands energy. Like, the fuck? So that's how much power and influence they have over this person. Is this person conflict avoided? It's like, didn't they realize or ever think for 2 seconds that like maybe like you're a hot commodity and that's why there's so much conflict? Because that's how much power you hold. People don't act like this unless they're threatened by you, or that you have something. Yeah, and I'm seeing that you have everything. You know how to go in your queen of swords and protect your perspective, the way you see things. You trust your judgment. You know you're intelligent as hell. And ain't nobody gonna gaslight this bitch. I'm just saying, like, that's gonna be very difficult. This is somebody that would look at you and be like, I don't know how to react. Should I laugh right now? Are you actually in my face right now, trying to tell me what just happened, and what you just said to me and your intention behind it, when I know exactly what happened, and you just tried to change it? Are you actually trying to tell me? Like, that's that energy. That's so funny. Now leave. Get off my court. Thanks. Bye. Like, I'm not doing this. My memory is laser sharp. I'm the sharpest tool in all the sheds, bitch. Don't disrespect me like that. Don't play me. Like, there's more spikes where this kind of came from. Okay? Like, it's like, you protect what you think, because you respect your own mind. Like, you know you're smart. Period. Yeah, and it's like, and you're the one with the ideas. It's like, you're supposed to be a leader. You're very, like, you go after things. You know what you're doing. I feel like you're really in control of things because you're visionary. You know, and something's intertwined with your destiny. So it's very hard. It's like, it's not that you're not rigid. You're open-minded, if it makes sense, and you'll consider it. You'll analyze everything, but you knew to protect your perspective because maybe it was part of a lot of other things that you had plans for, and you knew it was going to be successful. And it really was telling that somebody didn't give you gratitude just because of some conflict. The fuck? So that's how fragile and weak the link is. Like, seriously? Yeah. And it's like, you could have been really committed, but somebody's caught for acting like they were committed to you but not wanting a family, or having a dysfunctional family unit, or maybe somebody could have been literally committed to, like, modifying or, like, altering your dreams, your wish come true. They could have acted like they were committed, but they didn't want a family, or they had dysfunctional family or family conflict in the background and didn't tell you, and it's like they try to hide something but they got caught anyway. This could be like self-sabotage. They really tried to, like, deceive you or sabotage. Yeah, and it had to do with your ideas. People were look at this. Yeah. Because they know. They know. Why else would they have all this energy and show up in your energy? Did they do that for anyone else, child? No. The Empress shows up, and now it's like you when you meet an Empress, you already know, like, this person comes with great power, energetically, a great mind, ideas, and it's like, you show leadership. You're self-motivated. You don't need external validation. You don't need somebody to tell you how to think. You don't need anybody's opinions. You can take them, but that doesn't mean you're going to apply them, and you're not going to not have boundaries and be forced to modify your beliefs, your perspective. Because I feel like you're very, very smart. So unless somebody can make it make sense better than what you see it or perceive it as, which you could explain and articulate very well, and prove it in your actions that the way that you see things ends up with good results. Somebody here just didn't want to communicate. You see that this person was very passionate, or you went within and you became very brave and passionate about your manifestations. You could have done some moon magic, or you could have been manifesting something since you were a child. Literally, you could have been working on something. Yeah, you could have been very successful with this, because you've literally been working on something since childhood, or you've had some kind of vision or dream since childhood, dude. And somebody didn't show you gratitude. It's like, what? That's impressive. Did you forget? It's like, you don't see me? They rose-colored glasses, that ass. Like, they pulled the wool over your eyes so much so that you don't even see what I've already accomplished. Like, seriously? Like, what? I've been doing something since I was a kid here. And there was success already. See how she's holding a pentacle. Some of you could be animal lovers, or bunnies could be significant. and there's an unconditional love as well. And like, it's like your success literally goes all the way back to your childhood, or a vision that you had, or something you've been working on. And it's like, I guess somebody had no appreciation for that. They're caught for that. They're caught for not appreciating you or what you do. Your long-term commitment, whatever it is that you're ritualistic about. Yeah, they didn't view it as a dream come true. They didn't value it. They didn't want to work, maybe. It's like you could have been committed to the big picture, and like you're very patient and you want to do things the right way. You're not going to slap your name on anything. You want to do it right. And you're an empress, so you know how to do that. You know how to nurture things right. You know that it's better to do it slow and ritualistic, consistent, loyal to the plan. But somebody wasn't inspired by this, by your self-motivation, you going after your desires. What a simp, dude. This person seems lame. Yeah, so there was no communication and no action to go within. They didn't see that you were manifesting something through childhood, since childhood, like, and how impressive that already was. Like, all right, what a lame. I don't know what to say, but yeah. So somebody took their offer back for a new opportunity. Okay, bye. Like, weirdos. So yeah, y'all. Somebody could have a Leo child. For someone, a little boy. Okay, so that completes the first energy check, y'all. So somebody didn't show you any compassion, and I'm sure you gave them an overflow of it, which is like, what else is new, dude? It's like, that's why you, thank you. I just heard that you sent that. That's why you're able to throw that spiky ass crown on and be like, excuse me, what, bitch? Oh, okay. I can have no compassion too. Let me go get my Valerian steel real quick. Okay, now let's continue to talk. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to just be in my Empress energy for anyone. I'm not going to let anyone fuck up my manifestations and everything I've worked for since I've been a child. Hell no. Let's talk. Yeah, I'm not going to have compassion either then, because screw that. Like, because here's the thing, you're very fair, you're diplomatic, and you realize somebody didn't have compassion for you when it's merit making, when you probably, like, these people don't know shit about what you've done. It's impressive, it's smart, you're very, very intelligent. It's like, yeah, these people are stupid. I don't know, you're probably working with the wrong crowd. Yeah, it has something to do with pride too, and you could have healthy pride. And it's like, you don't have compassion for people that prioritize pride over everything. Fuck that. And like ego battles and power struggles, nah. You're like, yeah, you're not on the same frequency as me at all then. You're just gonna disrupt my whole wheel here. You don't deserve access to my wheel, which is, by the way, cursed with abundance. Just gonna be dripping in it. But you don't need to know that, because you obviously don't care about it or believe in it. It's okay. Half the world will, though. Or something like that. And it's like, this person, it's like they were just ungrateful all of a sudden. They could have been competing with you. Like I want more details on this. Like for real. They could have wanted to, like, somebody could have tripped themselves up and just, like, I don't know. I feel like they were, I don't know if this person was immature, or if they were already, like, kind of wanting to look for a reason to not believe that you were real, or that you knew what you were doing, or if you were just very different in comparison and contrast to, like, who they were around that have been in their life longer, or it's like, and maybe everybody was jealous of you, literally, because you're an empress, and, like, hearing enough opinions, and being a person that is maybe conflict avoidant, or not realize, maybe somebody who's even projecting that you were the one that was competing. You never know. Okay, these are lower vibrations. They're coming out as pages in reverse, whereas you're like an empress, queen, multiple queens. You already had the Queen of Pentacles when you were around this person, which means that you had some kind of, you had garnered something of value in your hand. You were already multifaceted. You could have been very nurturing, very impressive, very regal, high value. And then you also had the Queen of Swords, which means you'd make it a great advisor, even a lawyer perhaps, or you had amazing feedback and advice, very, very insightful. And it's like I don't get it. Why would you listen to a Page of Swords in reverse before, like these? Obviously, this was meant to happen. Okay, because like you wouldn't. But somebody could have lied. To be fair, they could have made it seem like, I don't know why you'd believe it. It's because this person lacks compassion, probably. Or maybe you went into your Queen of Swords and maybe they thought that you lack compassion because you switched, not realizing why you switched, because you're protecting yourself. And, they're not used to, maybe this person isn't used to women that protect themselves. Maybe because they don't have what you have that you've worked for since you were young to protect. They don't have what you have to lose. They could be way more simple than you, and and it's like, meanwhile, it's like, what your destiny is. You've been working on that shit since like forever ago. Nobody's gonna screw that up. That's why you switched so quick. That's why you became reserved, because thank you. Yeah, because you want to be happy, and somebody got in their ego. You could tell that you were dealing with a masculine that would be in the upright, but then it would be in the reverse. And it had to do, you notice that every time you get happy, or every time things started going well, all of a sudden there was an ego thing here or something, or you were dealing with a Leo, or there was one problem after the other. Yeah, that's the truth. There was one obstacle after the other. This person wasn't learning. They probably assumed the conflict was coming from you because you were the new element in the dynamic, but no, you were the blessing, and everybody was coming for you probably, and that's why you buckled up in your Queen of Swords. And they perceived that as you being mean and like reserved and hostile towards them, but no, it's because your dumbass didn't protect the Empress. It's because you decided to be a useless little bitch that was in competition with your own person, because you were able to be happy, because you were walking a ray of sunshine, or this person was literally in competition with you, because and they could have you being happy, or what makes you happy, was one problem after the other. And you could tell that you couldn't rely on this, whoever this is, whether it's a partner. You knew this person was going to take their offer back to go act like a hero working somewhere else, to rush in and work with someone else. You knew that that's why they took their offer back, to go act like a hero and head off to work on a different project. Yeah. One in which they didn't have to pour in emotionally, or that there was no emotional fulfillment here, no emotional connection. This person, or it could have had to do with your very brave, very determined, intentional forward movement and plans regarding work and who you were collaborating with. And this person could have felt that you didn't love them that much, that your happiness didn't include them. They were jealous of whatever was making you happy, because maybe they felt insecure about, maybe they personalized it and thought you didn't like them that much, because you put more, you fought for your job more than them. But they're stupid. They don't know what there's that's why you're that's the thing. This is somebody that would assume and just get triggered because they don't have a mature balanced ego. And so they would think that they know everything. They would be arrogant, right? They're king of rods in the reverse. And it's like you were making plans with your dreams, right? And you were very serious about it. And they didn't want to put in too much work. They didn't want to work a lot. They wanted the relationship to be more about the two of you based. But because you're a career woman and there's a passion of yours that really does make you happy, that you've been working on since you were a kid, you needed to be able to be with somebody that understood that you wanted both, but they needed to support both. You weren't going to sacrifice your happiness, like, especially when it was one problem after the other. It's like this person would constantly, like, and it's like they could have made you happy, but then they started to switch up on you because of their insecurities or something, or they were in competition with your happiness or who was making you happy and your plans for your dreams. Yeah, it's like they didn't want you to work so much, or they didn't want to put the work in. They wanted to take a shortcut, or they didn't want you to work so much so that maybe you could hang out with them more. But it's like, dude, they were confused. Seriously. They were a little confused because, like, this person is just, they didn't know what they were thinking. I feel like they personalized things and they should have talked to you. They were also getting some nonsense in their ear from, Page of Swords in reverse. A very lower vibrational, hateful, jealous, competitive energies that you don't compete where you don't compare, first of all. But in their minds, they think that they can. This person wasn't inspired by what you were doing. Why? Because they were jealous of you. So they wanted to devalue you. They wanted somebody to miss out on an opportunity. They wanted somebody to view something as hopeless and uninspiring. Meanwhile, you're like the most inspiring energy there is. But it was only because they did all this because it was only because they were avoiding a tower, which was something that was based on lies. It's a matrix energy. All because they didn't want you to get some kind of an opportunity. They did not want to see you shine, because you look like you're somebody that was already showing big signs of success, way more than any of these other people have ever achieved. And it's like, all of a sudden, it's like, what the frick is going on? Why is there so many obstacles? Why is there one issue after the other? I'm happy. I love myself. I'm doing happy things. I know what makes me happy. Why does everybody have a problem? Why is my partner now, like, in his ego about it? I thought he appreciated me for me. There's something going on here. And then this person would be like a bully. They would bully your happiness. They would bully your confidence, cause you problems, stagnancy. Yeah, because they were in their ego. This person wasn't ready for a relationship with you. Not even close. But this person will get jealous of anyone else or anything else that would make you happy, or they would see you so happy or having a purpose that fulfilled you and made you happy that they'd get jealous and start acting strangely to you because they're unhealed. Something's off with that. Yeah, it's the truth. They could have been juggling which perspective to adopt, because this is somebody that couldn't defend themselves from something, or they felt like injured. Could have to do with somebody wanting to come out of the cold, and they weren't getting the attention that they wanted with you. So again, this is somebody that is insecure, personalized things based on your outlook and your very balanced, healing energy, the truth, the sun. All of this made them feel very insecure because you were so sure about you know exactly how to have balance, how to, like, what your unique perspective is, what is happiness, like. But for whatever reason, it's like, I feel like because of this person's insecurity, looking at you was like a paradoxical event for them. It was like they'd get jealous of how you had something that made you happy. That, like, let's just say you had a passion, and I did mention it could have been something that you've been working on since you were little, since your childhood, or a dream that you've had since then, and you were already in a Queen of Pentacles, and you were very sharp and smart. So every indication that you're going to be successful, if not already. And it's like you knew what you were talking about. Absolutely. So I don't know, this person, their ego really fucked them up, and then whoever was in the background, working those gears as well, to the point where they didn't trust. They conditioned this person to it's really sad. It's evil almost. They conditioned this masculine to get insecure about your happiness, like, as if, because, okay, I'm gonna get more details on this, but I feel like this person was manipulated, and they're also insecure and jealous, and I feel like it was fed to them a lot, and maybe they were scared that, like, because you were going to be successful, and you were so sure about yourself, that's why they attracted you in the first place. But then the same things that attracted them made them insecure because of who they were listening to. One, they should have been just listening to you. They probably would have been real far in life by now, but I don't know what they're doing currently, but I'm just saying, you seem like you know what you're doing. Yeah, they should have shown you gratitude, but they didn't listen to their better judgment. They should have helped you, or yeah, they were resentful about you getting what you deserved. So that made them insecure. Wow. So their ego, sadly, was more prioritized because of their insecurities that are unhealed, that their default was to bully your happiness because it made them feel like whatever that was made you more happier than than they did, as well as maybe they don't have a purpose or something that makes them happy like that. Or maybe they thought the happier you got, the more attention you got, you getting what you deserve would end up in you leaving them. Because God only knows what these people were like saying to this person. It was like they started resenting you for your happiness, maybe because they weren't getting enough attention. Yeah, they were bullying. Because they didn't want you to have boundaries, or they were bullying you because they don't have boundaries. Or because they didn't want you fighting for yourself. Yeah, but you were fighting for expansion. Why is that a problem? What the fuck is this person about? The Tower. Because it was a catastrophe? Why? What the hell? This person. So this person could have been in competition with what makes you happy. Maybe what makes them happy is different. Okay. What makes this person happy? Like, what the fuck? Okay, so a King of Cups? Oh, that switched it up a little. So this person could have stopped giving and showing you gratitude because of something you said. Or something, or because you were, okay, you could be very, like I said, very intelligent, a very good communicator. You pay attention to the details, and you knew something was going on here. And it's like, you saw that something was unfair, unjust about somebody collapsing a project or not investing in something, or maybe it's like somebody's happiness. Somebody didn't want to invest in like a marriage with an earth angel. Oh my God, what a weirdo. Yeah, they couldn't defend themselves from this, and it had to do with your perspective and your self-motivation, your leadership, and an end to these lies and breaking away from this toxic energy. So it's like, because they weren't willing to fix their vibration, their energy, they would take it out on you because they didn't want to give up anything, or they didn't know how to have boundaries, or it's like they didn't want you to get what you deserved, literally. So a King of Cups is in the Tower because you're happy, and that has them in their ego, or somebody's been competing with your happiness or what makes you happy. And this is a Tower for a King of Cups who wanted to make you this offer, but they got trapped in a contract with the devil, or they got trapped in something very toxic. What? Okay, so these could be two separate masculines. So or it could be the same. No, but I think it's two different ones. So I feel like you were dealing with a King of Cups. A King of Cups could be currently in the Tower because they're realizing that they got offered an opportunity or made an offer that ended up trapping themselves in something's very toxic, yo. this could be somebody that's in a really bad headspace over you planting new seeds somewhere, or what is this? What do I need to know? What is this? But there is this masculine here that's triggered by whatever it is that you're making that makes you happy, or what makes them happy. They're in competition. What are they in competition with? What is the what is okay? Give me a second, y'all. I'm going too fast. This is a long read, but I want all the details. So, what is let me use this deck here. What is this King of Wands in reverse's issue with the Sun? It's like your confidence would make them go into their ego. Or whatever it is that makes you happy. It could be your job, your passion, your work, or what is the King of Wands? Why in the reverse? Because you were daydreaming about a family, but weren't saving, so they couldn't realistically feel like they were gonna gain a marriage. So there's a marriage and there's a gain, but they wouldn't be able to okay, this is interesting. So somebody was in their ego and they were daydreaming, or somebody was triggered by your daydream about a family, so they stopped saving so they could gain a marriage with a third wheel. But this is a nightmare, because you're not homeless and they couldn't disturb you, and somebody's mask has fallen off and it has to do with something fated for you, a promise, and they have no good ideas. Sick. You getting support and cared for is scaring them. They owe you an apology. Okay, so what? You're not overloaded. Do you get what this means? I feel like it does kind of make sense, but I'm just trying to organize it all in my head. So maybe, I don't know if you're getting married, collective, or I feel like there was definitely third wheel interference. So there's a third wheel that wanted to gain something because they couldn't save money, or they So you were daydreaming about a family, but they couldn't save up for a marriage, and a third wheel wanted to gain something. Okay. And somebody is in a nightmare for helping somebody. Or, yeah. So what? Yeah, it was a trap. Oh, wow. This was a bribe. This is bad news and conflict. Because you're triumphing, and they should have stayed committed with you and friends with you. It's like you're committed still to what you're doing, and you have these friendships, and you're winning. And they don't know how to persevere. Yeah. So somebody manipulated them to be extroverted so that they wouldn't persevere with you. So they wouldn't persevere with a friendship with you and a commitment. Wow. Even though you were triumphing. So your person just fell for a trap with third wheel interference, who triggered their ego, or this is a masculine that was the third party interference. Yeah. Like, somebody can't compromise because somebody's not sick, or somebody wants to compromise because somebody's not sick, and somebody's in a nightmare because somebody couldn't disturb somebody. So I feel like this was all only going to work if something was a vow. What? Okay. So somebody bribed a bully. Oh, wow. Now it's getting good. Okay. So somebody didn't have a gift, or they didn't want somebody to have a gift, or they weren't getting any gifts. A bully. So they made a bribe to cause like a natural disaster. It involves somebody making a promise and canceling a reservation and making something look like an accident or something. It was a compromise. What? This is sketch as hell. Yeah, this was a bad idea because you keep being lucky, and this person is not a sweetheart. There's a broken alliance here, or an alliance is breaking apart because you're relaxed. So it's like this third wheel had a weird ass plan, and it all depended on you reacting like. I'm assuming whatever crazy narrative they spewed. They were so confident that they'd get the results that they needed because they wanted something, or they wanted to wedge themselves. And you're not sick. Okay, so somebody literally, what? They told people that you were sick in the head, or, but they were like manipulating. Or maybe they pretended to be sick, but they're not gaining anything. They thought they would gain from this. Something. Somebody made a vow. But now there's been an accident. Something was an accident with this vow. Or they could feel like I made a mistake. Like, what did I do? Like, why? I almost feel like this person was under some kind of weird spell. Like, they're like so scattered or something. Like, dude. Yeah, and they didn't gain anything. And you're not sick. And you're not in a nightmare. And you're still going after your fate. Whatever promise you made. It's like you could have imagination, but this person wanted to block your imagination, or they don't have an imagination, and they weren't ready for something. Somebody was coaching somebody the wrong way. Somebody didn't know what they were talking about because somebody has evidence, and you're not blind to something. Somebody wants to compromise because this is not a sweet dream, and they couldn't disturb you, and you're not homeless. Wow, this person wanted really fucked up shit for you. Seriously, yeah, you canceled this reservation because you're like, yeah, so I'm going to continue on my path here. That's looking, triumphant, committal, solid friendships. And you go be manipulated over there. You're not going to be able to do that with me. So somebody thought they could cancel what was rightfully yours with magic. But this is not an adventure. Or they didn't want you to go on an adventure. They didn't want you to have joy, but something isn't merit making here. It's like somebody helped something, or gave generosity to something that was just like a manipulation or something. Meanwhile, it's like you have something merit making. It's like you should be the one rewarded, but you weren't given compassion. That's what I'm getting, kind of. Does that make sense to you, collective? Yeah, here you are, triumphing. Where's your reward? I feel like, we're taught since a young age, okay, if you get an A on your report card, I told you we would go get ice cream. Like, isn't that how it's supposed to work? It's like, when you do right, you get rewarded. Not through, you don't get rewarded by acting this way. In fact, you get cut the fuck off. Seriously. Like, what? This is all backwards. But somebody got somebody to make a promise. Whatever this was, it was a bad idea. Because they didn't get the gift, or they didn't want you to have the gift. So it was all based on like pride, ego issues. This could be like a feminine that's in a very masculine energy that was in competition with you. A third wheel. Or there could be a masculine that was in competition with you, which is like really cringe and weird, but it happens. I don't know. Is this person like bi, or is this like a happiness hater, seeing a a very strong woman have success and be happy and stuff? Is this like who? Let's see. It was some kind of third wheel interference. Who is this King of Wands, please? Let's see. I want more detail. Like, who is the King of Wands in the reverse? This lame ass hoe, dude. This warlock. It's like, I'm just wondering, why did all these opinions and influences matter more than the smartest person in the room? Like, who is making these decisions? Why weren't you given the job to lead and make the decisions? They would probably be much more successful at this time. I don't know how much time has passed, but like, it looks like you know what you're doing, so you probably could have helped them. Yeah, somebody's a misogynistic dictator. They didn't want you to have an opportunity. They didn't want somebody to make you a proposal. because of bad memories from the past with a they wanted you naive and confused, and for somebody to turn their back on this, on what it is that you desire. They wanted you confused as to why somebody pulled their energy back and made other plans. They wanted that. They wanted them tethered and bound to something. But it's like you got yourself out of a trap even though somebody took their offer back. This is a feminine now that's in competition with you. Yeah, you didn't compete with this person. You weren't part of this conflict. You refused. Yeah, you were not going to be in a confusing, fragmented relationship dynamic. Nah, child, you can have him. Take him. Fuck that. Because it's like they wanted you confused about they wanted somebody confused about a sweetheart and not attracted to you. They wanted somebody to think that you were delulu and naive, and you just were like, just like a dreamer on the level of like Neptune in reverse or something, just like, you know, way out above your head. They made somebody think that they were being honorable and responsible and smart by making plans with this devil in reverse energy. That they were getting out of a trap by taking their offer back from you, that they were getting out of a nightmare, and made them feel like they were a hero by breaking up with you. A Queen of Cups. Oh my God. This was an injustice. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, you think? So this person was literally like taught that everything that was actually real, they flipped it upside down and somehow got this person to believe it. Something was an injustice and somebody can't defend themselves, and it has to do with either a Pisces or your perspective on what you're going after, your leadership, how you see things. This is an interesting read, y'all. I think we got a good amount. So somebody didn't want you to fight for yourself? This is disgusting. It's unfair. Yeah, a Queen of Cups. This is unjust to you. You're what? Yeah, no. So a Queen of Cups. Wow, it has to. So there might be somebody in the background, a third wheel, that like. You could be like I said, you're very bold, career oriented. You know what you're doing, very sharp, very much more smarter than any of these people that unfortunately they listen to above you. They focused on your sweetheart energy and made you seem like you didn't know shit. But what do you mean? That's just your empath energy. Like, somebody wanted you to feel like an option, or to seem like you didn't know what you're talking about, and you're delulu, and you're up in the clouds, naive, okay? And that they could do better, so they left something incomplete. They're under judgment for this. That's so disgusting. Because like, the only reason that they got that side of you, the Page of Cups, is because you truly love them. That was a privilege. You don't give that to everybody. And it's like, your dreams were actually coming true. You were already showing signs of success. What the fuck was this bitch doing? Yeah, they wanted somebody to walk away and leave you behind. A marriage. They wanted somebody to walk away from your beliefs. This is a dictator that purposely made somebody go in the wrong direction into a dynamic that is not a dream come true. Like, to balance, and it was because you set boundaries, and it was because you were fighting for your Wheel of Fortune. So this person didn't just sit for 1 second and ask, I wonder why they're doing all this. Why does everybody hate this person I'm working with so much? It's like, they didn't think to themselves, maybe it's because my person is the shit and they're going to be very successful and everybody's jealous, because it would mean that they would all have to raise their vibrations to even get remotely close on my person's level. Like It was like, you probably, if this is you, you probably felt, yeah, something was a lie. Something was like exploitation or abuse of power or lie. Something was unclear, and it's like your voice just keep getting devalued. That's why somebody left. Something was a lie, and it had to do with your work. They wanted you to leave your work so that they could steal something from you. Wow, something merit making. They wanted to sabotage your job. This third party, oh my God, these toxic friends. This is illegal. They can go to jail for this. If this had to do with your work, yeah. So they were manipulating these feelings, or somebody to not pour in emotionally, or a narcissist who's non-committal and more passionate based was going to lose money if they worked with you, if they move forward with you. So they took quick action, didn't go within, only focused on that part, and took a dirty offer that made them happy, or it had to do with what made you happy. This is, some's being, like, some secrets are coming out about how somebody needed to make a decision, but they chilled instead on purpose regarding a Queen of Cups. Or they tried to unalive you, dead ass, dude. Yeah. Yeah, next to the injustice, literally. Somebody could have, like, spiritually, like, tried to, regarding a transition with the Queen of Cups. Oh my God, dude. So somebody acted like they were in denial, or like they didn't see something, or they wanted somebody to be blind to something. And wow, this is dark. Yeah, they didn't want you to fight for yourself. And it had to do with your perspective, either on a child or your leadership qualities, or, oh my God, look at this. Ugh, yikes, y'all. Something was a lie, and it's kind of like creepy feeling. So they wanted to crush your strengths. They wanted to turn you into a shell of a person, to where you'd never be the same. You never get back up. They wanted to destroy your confidence. Destroy it. I mean, like you'll never be able to bounce back type destroy it. They're evil. They're disgusting. Like I said, they can go to jail for this. Multiple different things you could charge for this. Like, if this is an opportunist, a greedy, possessive opportunist that didn't have stability, and they were chaotic, or this is what they wanted to affect for you. Oh, okay, because you're a starseed. Okay, I see, yeah. This type shit sadly happens for starseeds. It's in your destiny that you're going to be famous, and you're a healer, like a real one, and you do, like, a lot. You could be community-minded, and you could fight, like, to the death for this. And you know it's something valuable that you're fighting for. And they do, too. That's why they want to sabotage it and, like, crush it. But something was a lie. I'm going to get more on that in a second. That's why somebody left. So something was a lie about somebody leaving to go towards peaceful and tranquil waters regarding what somebody was working on. But somebody was just trying to sabotage somebody. A third party, or some kind of toxic friendship group. They were trying to steal something. Steal somebody's work. Steal something that was merit making, or the way that people, or sabotage your work. They wanted to they wanted to sabotage this third party, whatever you do for work, that was already showing extreme signs of achievement, to the point they knew it. They saw you were like, they would feel like they didn't shine at all next to you if they moved forward any further with you. They knew all this, but they devalued it to this masculine. This is so evil and disgusting. This person needs new friends. These are not friends. These are thieves. These are scammers, opportunists, gold diggers. This third party is a gold digger, a prostitute, a greedy, possessive, and this person wanted to come for everything in your whole everything. They wanted to. When I say they wanted to crush you, they actually were hoping. I wouldn't be surprised though if this person, just in case, had a life insurance policy, because they knew that what they were doing could possibly, worst case scenario, end in, like, yeah, because what happens when you destroy somebody's confidence? I mean, worst case scenario, and especially if this is what gave you life and happiness, if this was the sun for you, and they abused and betrayed you so bad, they didn't want you to get back up again. They wanted to destroy the strength because they saw it in you, because they know that it was leading to the star. Like, you are a star. They didn't want you to see that, though. They didn't want you to see your value, because they knew that your destiny involved you being seen and celebrated and being famous. But you have to protect it. So they used dark psychology on you, and they wanted to permanently end this confidence and this strength so that you wouldn't fight for it, so that they can steal something from you and sabotage it. Oh my God. Talk about evil. It just so happens, though, that you're chosen one if you're starseed. So they think a star is just about being famous and getting attention. No, you stupid bitches. It's not. Okay? The star seeds are healers. Their light shines from the inside out, and they have some kind of it's interwoven. Your destiny has something to do with your healing and shining your light and being seen. It's important, and it's going to affect a lot of people, in turn giving out and alchemizing a lot of good karma. So it affects a lot of good people, like a lot of people. So it's important. It's like it's part of your soul's purpose, and it requires strength and boundaries and fighting for it, and knowing your value and your worth, and staying on course. But this person wanted to betray you out of nowhere and jilt you. They wanted to, and it was a lie, based on a lie. Somebody left based on a lie or some kind of exploitation, and it had to do with whatever you were working on, because they wanted to sabotage or steal it. A third party who's an opportunist and greedy. They wanted to possess something you had that you were working on. Like, they wanted to cancel a celebration. So if you were planning on marrying this person, or if you were planning on reaching a milestone, and like, yeah, they didn't want you to be seen or celebrated. Oh my God, the thought of it, like, this person must have a mental illness level insecurity, or they knew that you were going to be successful. So they wanted to stop it immediately, because it was already on its way. And they're a dictator. They're a psycho. They could be a misogynist even. They didn't want you to have an opportunity. They didn't want to see a woman slaying the game. They wanted to be able to control you. And if you were too confident going after your dream and you were so successful, why the fuck would you stay with them? That's how they were seeing it. Or they couldn't control your starseed energy. It's like they wanted your light for themselves. But it's like they wanted you to forget about your light so that they could wear it as their own, or get your blessings and literally take over, be you instead of you, deadass. But so they wanted to rock your stability. They made your home feel unsafe. They tried to say that you were unbalanced, unhealed, or they tried to, like, prevent you from healing, prevent you from going through transformation, cause disharmony and instability in your home. These people are evil. I hope they honestly unalive themselves or something, because this is like sick stuff. Yeah, this is like, they would have smiled and got like a little tinge of a thrill if they probably fantasized about this. This is sick. Yeah, based on this is so sick, based on a lie. So that tells you how evil what you're dealing with is, to the point where it was supposed to have you, or have somebody else thinking that your work was something that somebody needed to leave, because they were going to steal it. And they were greedy. They wanted something that you had for themselves. A Queen of Pentacles. This is a loser. Okay. This is a prostitute, gold digger, loser. Why anyone would listen to this hoe? Your IQ must be, very scarce. For real. All this, and you're going to listen. So this person must have the gift of gab, or this person must have had some kind of influence, or they studied dark psychology, and they knew how to make you seem like everything they were, make them seem like a hero and like they knew what they were talking about, and it's like they wanted somebody to stop investing in this and invest or be generous with them, and they're selfish. So or this is somebody selfish maybe that wanted a new beginning with somebody. A Queen of Pentacles reverse, yeah. So are these two people married? Like, are they toxic gold diggers that just they wanted a new beginning? And they collapsed the project with you to avoid a tower and a catastrophe. A King of Cups in the reverse, who is faking their happiness because you're healing, or yeah, because these malicious, this attack on your reputation, these lies, these slanders, they're not going to stick, because you're working your way out of a financial hardship. And it's like, this is a fall from grace for, yeah, you think? You also should probably spend a little time in prison. For real. It's not just a fall from grace. It's not just embarrassing. It is a fall from grace on a spiritual level, and that won't be forgotten by the Most High. But it's fucking embarrassing. It's evil. Like,